Hello guys, and thank you so much for tuning in today, tonight, or whichever time you're deciding to watch this reading right now. I appreciate you. For those of you that are new, I'm Levitating, Lotus healing. For those of you that are returning, welcome back and thank you. I appreciate you. Alright. I was doing a general message a few moments ago off camera, and it kind of resonated for me. And I hope that it resonates for you as well. And I'm going to continue clarifying with these Soul Journey Lesson Oracle cards. But it was just really inspiring and inspirational, really positive, really energizing. Okay, the energy, it was like a surge of energy, a surge of innovation, a surge of excitement, a surge of anticipation, but not in a negative way, more so a positive way, like what is to come. You know what I'm saying? Very motivational. Okay, so I'm gonna just read this to y'all and just pick up where I left off, so to speak. Okay, the energy is gaining momentum. Waxing moon is the first oracle that comes out. The second is confidence is your keys to success, new moon in Leo. The third is look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. The fourth is a win-win outcome, is forecast, full moon in Libra. And the fifth is surrender to the divine, full moon. Okay, so with this first oracle coming out, it speaks of a process building on itself. It speaks of a moment building on itself. It speaks of a thing closing out and a new thing beginning. It speaks of this how do I say it? The climax is building on itself. Okay? Of whatever you're currently experiencing or going through in your life right now, whatever type of process or whatever stage you are in with your process right now when it comes to life, that energy is building on itself. Now, whatever your intention was, whatever your focus was, whatever your choices were, that's what they were. And eventually that will reflect on whatever you receive. Not to say that you're a bad person or you're a good person. It's just to say that we all have things to learn. We all have things to gain, and we all have things to do. Okay? So whatever you are building on, whatever the process is for you, is definitely, and it has empowered itself through whatever you are currently doing right now. Confidence is your key to success, is the push to believe in your ability to make it happen, your ability to manifest it, your ability to do it, your ability to actually receive it, your ability to actually heal it, to fix it, to correct it, whatever the fuck you got to do with it. Believing in your ability to actually fucking do that fucking thing is needed and necessary right now, or that's the energy that's being empowered for you right now. That's the energy that you need to focus on as this energy is transitioning, as this energy is empowering it on itself or revolutionizing its whole order. Okay, there's like this revolution of order. Okay, and I'm not trying to get conspiracy anything like that right now, but because those are for future videos. Okay. But anyway, there's like this reconstruction that's happening for you. There's like this whole new thing that is taking place, that has taken place, or that has already taken place and is building on itself. At this point, believing in God's guidance, divine's guidance overall, including your own ability and power to make that motherfucking thing happen, can happen. You have to push through and believe in yourself to continue to empower that process and that thing to happen for you. Perspective is also needed and necessary. But look at the bigger picture here. So this is all about not necessarily seeing from your own personal viewpoint, but from a divine state of insight. It's having a divine state of insight, being at peace with where you are, making the most of what you have, doing the most or being the most with what's available to you. You know what I'm saying? It's also about knowing that everything is interconnected and nothing will ever be left unanswered for you, for whoever that makes sense for. Nothing will never be left unanswered. There's not a class that you're gonna miss while you're here on Earth, okay? You're gonna come to every motherfucking class on time, okay? That's what they're saying. You're gonna be on time. But yeah, it's all about perspective. As you believe in your ability, it's kind of like some of you could be struggling with the idea of confidence or your ability to believe, or some of you are encouraged to maintain that belief, that faith, and get out of your personal feelings a little bit. I can admit that, you know, and see it from a wider and broader perspective. That's what's gonna make it work. That's what's gonna make it work for real, okay? So what's followed by that is a win-win outcome, okay? With a win-win outcome is forecast full moon in Libra. This is all about, what was it? Bet on yourself and see what happens. That's what I was getting. Those were the phrases I was getting, okay? So let me just say this before I forget and I start reading. Just flow with me, it's cool, okay? The phrases that I got, one of the ones were just bet on yourself and see what happens. Bet on yourself and see what happens. And allow it, okay? Yeah. Bet on yourself and see what happens. See what you get, see what you gain, see what the perspective is. And a sort of like summarizing all of that up of what I got earlier before I actually turned the camera on. Bet on yourself and surrender to it, okay? So let me go ahead and finish up this reading, and then I'm going to finish up by clarifying. A win-win outcome is forecast. That's what you gain out of whatever change that you've wanted, that you've needed, that you desired. Believing in your ability to make it happen, or believing in the continuing to believe and have faith in the process, even though it is not exactly what you prefer, or even though there are some hang-ups or whatever, you still make it work because you believe in the ability to actually make it work. That brings perspective to you. Having perspective is a beautiful thing. Having a divine perspective is even better, okay? That's when you're seeing higher, okay? And we all need some help with that, okay? When you do that, that gives you a win-win outcome for everything that you do, in every way you can imagine. You can say, what can you say? You can say, oh, I thought it was going to go like this. I thought it was going to go like that. I thought it was going to happen this way. But then you like, God made it even better. It was so far beyond what I could ever understand or comprehend. And I had to believe regardless and allow God to help me to empower that energy so that I can change and transform my life. Okay. So the fifth one is surrender to the divine full moon. And let me just say this, even though this is the new moon in some sign, I don't fucking know, y'all. It's the new moon currently right now, whenever you see this video. But there's only one side of that energy showing up here. This is a crescent. Okay. Closer to the new moon energy. They're sort of like twins. Okay. But then you have these 3 full moons right here. That's bold. Doesn't that stand out to you more than this? Even though it's similar. The full moon energy repeats itself 3 times. So, from both perspectives, just be aware of your life and your energy and your experiences at that time, okay? So, surrender to the divine simply sums up, allow it. Just allow it. Just let it go. Just let go and allow. And that's really fucking hard to do sometimes, especially when you don't know all the details. Because that thing be feeling like a roller coaster sometimes, you know? And when you be on it, you go really, really high, really, really low, to the side, turn up, left, right, all that shit. And it just, it jolts you, you know what I mean? So it's a weird fucking feeling, but it's exhilarating, okay? And that's the point I'm trying to get to, if that fucking makes sense. You have to just ride the wave. and learn how to move on that water. You know what I mean? Learn how to sail those seas. And it's basically you mastering your own sea. You know, you're in the middle of it. It's raging. It's storming. It's lightning. And you're like, oh my God, how the fuck am I going to make it up out of this? What am I going to do with this? How am I going to make this work? How is this going to get fixed? Like, what does this even mean? Why are my storm so strong? Why is my storm so strong? Why are things so intense right now? It's our emotional issues, it's our physical issues, it's our spiritual, energetic issues. And it's not to say that, you know, we're bad people because we have issues, but when we're not doing any fucking thing about them, then that's when it's sort of like, okay, when you're not trying to do anything with your issues by improving them or changing them in some way, then it becomes, okay, well, who do you really want to blame? Who really needs to be at fault here? You know? And we all have to take the time to do that. My fucking self included. Okay? Myself included. So, you just have to allow yourself to surrender to this, even though you don't know all the details. We'll never know all the details, but no question will ever go unanswered when it comes to our life path and purpose and process. So we just have to really allow ourselves to understand that. Bet on yourself and see what happens. Take advantage of everything that you have to offer as an individual, as a person, emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally. Think about how amazing you are. Allow yourself to heal from your pain in your past, the pain in your present, wherever you feel it. Allow yourself to push through that. I'm talking to myself too as I'm feeling this energy right now. Your triggers should never be so commanding of your attention. It shouldn't. You should feel like the most peaceful, clearest, freest motherfucking thing on the world. In the world. On the planet. From your highest forms. From your most greatest and in-depth perception and understanding. Knowing and realizing that life is a multi-dimensional thing happening all at once is weird and it's beautiful. But you have the ability to make it better or to make it worse. You have the ability to actually capitalize on everything that you have to offer. You have so much to offer. You have so many great qualities, skills, gifts, and abilities. Fuck who told you whatever the fuck they told you. They weren't talking about shit. They didn't want you to see nothing because they didn't see shit. They failed to overcome themselves and their triggers and their pain and their wounds. It's cool. We all did it to each other. We all have gotten it done to us. But now is the time to truly choose from a divine place, from a better place. Move in a better way, you know? For whoever all of that made sense for. Okay? So, with that being said, I'm going to give 3 clarifiers, and you're going to see me actually shuffle this. Okay, let me check my camera, see if it's still recording. Yes, and the battery's low. I need to hurry up. I didn't even know. I kind of got lost in there a little bit. Okay. Right. Thank you, Divine, for those messages, and I hope those messages resonated with you as well, okay? So, yes, this is bet on yourself and see what happens. Surrender and let it go. Okay? All right. Divine, I asked for 1 oracle to come through. I'm going to pull 3. Relationships. I saw that first. Thank you, Divine. This stuck out to me. Regret. Okay, let me flip this right, y'all. Okay. Guilt. The first that comes out is relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Guilt. Oh, no, sorry. Regret. I know that I cannot change the past. And guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So relationships speaks about something generally, whatever you're connected to, whatever thing has lingered for you, whatever type of form of whatever, okay, that has been an ongoing thing, a prolonged thing, an extended thing, to where certain things are teaching you what you need to know through people and your experiences with people and the experiences that you have with yourself. Okay, this could be a reflection, a reflective feeling of which you could be feeling towards yourself and your own relationship with yourself. Okay, the second one here is regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So there could be some type of relationship that's connected here, be it with yourself or someone else, where regret could be an energy that you're dealing with right now. And regret can kind of feel like a burning in the stomach, maybe. Regret could feel like a burning in the shoulders. This has to do with the sacral chakra for me. Solar plexus, the lower chakra areas. Okay. But that could be a feeling. And what's followed by that is guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So both of these energies are speaking of lower chakras. Let me pull one more just to clear this up. Perseverance comes out again because I saw that at first.